Good morning, Math 3. It's Mr. Hewitt. Today is the 8th of April, and I hope you guys are doing well. So, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. All right, and thank God. Okay, so before we get started, I'd like you guys to get all the materials you may need for today's lesson. So that may mean getting your scrap paper, get your pencils, your eraser, and I'd also like you guys to pull up today's student-facing document on your computer. Okay? All right, so pause this video and do that right now. All right, hopefully you got all your materials, and right now I'm going to share today's student-facing document on my screen so that we can go through it together. Okay, so there. All right, so again, today you are going to be looking at the expanded power rule. Okay, so you are going to be performing operations using the expanded power rule of exponents. On Monday, on Monday you looked at the power to a power rule, and you will need to remember that in order to do today's lesson. Okay, so today's lesson again is the expanded power rule, but you will need to remember the power to a power rule to do today's lesson. All right, everything we're learning builds. All right, so everything builds on top of the other. So what you learned on Monday, you're going to need for today. What you learned today, you're going to need for Friday, and so on. All right, great. So before we go into the examples, I'd like you guys to pause this video right now and watch the video in the link below. Great. So how was that? All right. So let's look at a few examples. We have two examples here. We'll start with the top one. We have x, y to the n power. Now notice that both x and y are being raised to the n power. Okay. Therefore, you're going to need to raise x to the n and y to the n. And your answer is going to look just like this. So that's your final answer. All right. You raised both x and y to the n, and that looks like this. All right. Let's look at the next example here. We have 3x to the fourth, all raised to the second. So again, everything inside your parentheses are being raised to the second power. So all these are being raised to the second power. So we're going to have 3 to the second, and we're also going to have x to the fourth to the second. Now what does that look like? Well, here you have 3 to the second and x to the fourth to the second. We know that 3 to the second is 9 because 3 to the second means 3 times 3. Okay, and here this is where you're going to need to remember the power to a power rule from Monday's lesson. And so if you remember from that lesson, we said that we multiply the powers together. So 4 times 2, okay? And so you're going to get x to the 8 power, okay? So your final answer is 9x to the 8. All right. Let's look at another example. I'm going to share my whiteboard with you right now. All right. So here we have n to the fifth times r, all raised to the sixth power. You need to raise everything in here to the sixth power. So that will look like this. You're going to have n to the fifth raised to the sixth, and you're going to have r raised to the sixth as well. Okay? And so this is going to be 5 times 6 is 30. So this is going to be n to the power of 30. And here we just have r to the power 6. Okay? And so this is your final answer. Okay? N to the 30th times r to the 6th. All right, guys. I'm going to share my screen with you one more time. just so we can finish looking at today's student-facing document. All right, so you are going to do the independent practice. You have 8 problems here, and you're also going to do your exit ticket and upload that exit ticket to Google Classroom so that I can give you feedback and a grade. Okay, now this is the end of today's lesson. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in our Google Hangouts. The link for that is in your Google Classroom. So I look forward to seeing you guys there tomorrow. Okay, come prepared with your questions. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.